Matt,
Hi, that's me.
Tim,
Hello.
and Alex.
Hey, what's up?
I'm Kev, and this is BigRedBarel.com's video feature, The Big Red Ramble.
That's.
This is Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Oh, I thought this was World of Warcraft. Obvious
Oh.
joke.
I thought this was the Star
wouldn't be
Wars
that
shopping
wrong.
channel, but hey.
Got a second?
This is my lady.
Look like someone
Oh.
important in the Empire,
Oh,
huh?
you're a chick.
This is,
I,
yeah,
You're a
that,
dude.
that guy looks like me.
Sure.
yeah. What you need to sue? I forgot to say. He changed his hair color.
So
Yeah.
you look a bit emo, is what you're saying, basically.
That's
to the
exactly
world
what I'm saying. Yeah, that's uncanny.
This is my friend's character. We're rolling together at the moment. Rolling deep with two people.
Nice. In a gang of two.
Yeah.
What class are you going with?
This is my bounty hunter.
Bounty hunter.
In fact, we're both bounty hunters, which gets a bit chaotic.
Huh?
We both have sort of airstrike abilities that when we launch them together goes completely nuts and makes his computer slow down.
If you both play in the same class as well, how do you handle like loot rolls?
Yeah.
Oh wow, you haven't.
We
thought
argue
too
like
much.
shit.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think Lieutenant
I haven't really played much of an MMO since the first couple levels of World of Warcraft.
Yeah, and this is the first MMO I've played, so coming at
This
it
is
from a
about
new
the
perspective.
something-teenth MMO that I've given a go.
Yeah, you're an MMO veteran.
I've been around the block. This
Glad-
is among the best.
Glad you can pinpoint it down there to umpteenth.
yeah.
A map! I haven't seen that in a game
yeah.
before.
Oh, there's a map. yeah, but this is basically World of Warcraft, but there's a story.
Alright, well,
But, see-
ramble it over.
See, but I haven't played World of Warcraft before. People say that, but I don't know. That didn't interest me in the same way that the kind of
That this draws you in.
well, they had me with the KOTOR universe, being a big fan of the original.
Well, let me tell you
Knights of
something
the
about
Old
BioWare,
Republic,
Tim.
but-
You may not know this.
What's that?
They're really good at writing,
Yeah, they
and
are.
that comes across really strong in
And
this
they
game.
had loads of really good writers working for a really long time, by the looks of things as well.
Yeah. So, despite the fact the game is as generic gameplay-wise as World of Warcraft is, here's your spec tree. So, again, something that's pulled out of World of Warcraft and any other MMO that's been released in the last 5 years. The writing in this game is what really sets it apart, and it does it incredibly well. There's about, I would guess, somewhere in the region of about 80 hours per character class to play with.
Oh, was this recorded while the get down glitch was still in play?
No, in fact, that's how I
Alright.
found out about how to get down.
Oh,
Previously,
nice.
I only knew slash dance.
So yeah, so for people that don't know about this, if you were to fight any during any battle, if you were to just get down rather than fight, you are invincible.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah,
People
so you
got
could be
banned
doing
for using it.
bosses, and then decide to dance in order to win.
Yay, robots.
How annoying is this robot?
Really annoying.
There are some
C-3PO
good robot
annoying.
characters in the
Oh,
game, though, that you
far
come
more.
across.
This is like C-3PO had a kid who fell down the annoying tree and then smashed his face on the annoying floor.
C-3PO and Jar Jar Binks adopted a kid.
Let me explain how annoying this robot is. I'm about to shoot him in the face. One thing I like about this game, and it's a credit to the writing again, is that you can occasionally just choose to kill people
Yeah,
mid-conversation.
there's a lot of opportunities to just shoot people in the face.
So
I
my
hear
friend's
that leads
character has
to-
been
to
leaving
the
a trail of
dark side,
corpses
though,
across
kind
the
of thing.
galaxy so far.
Through anger and a few other paths on the way, but
There you go.
Oh.
That's a dead robot.
oh,
Are
you're,
there any
you're an
Oh, it's
evil
that's
bounty
the
hunter.
best moustache? Are there
Yeah, it's only
story
impressive
justifications for why it's okay to murder so many people?
I'm here to solve your problems.
You're evil?
Yeah, but I mean, why aren't you in prison? Why aren't you in space prison?
Space prison.
Well,
Because you're a bounty hunter, it's what you're expected to do,
Yeah, no.
murder.
pretty much, yeah. In fact, as a bounty hunter, you have to evade Imperial brass.
It's not the
Oh,
story
wow.
of a space prisoner. Otherwise,
If you're playing as a
space
Sith,
prisoner.
obviously, there's no one who's really going to stand up to you, and anyone that does tends to end up with their head removed from their body.
Going off topic here, your buddy's guy, Imco, looks like a He-Man character. He looks like one of the
Brilliant.
He-Man villains. I don't remember the name, but
See, I really like the companion
Absolutely.
character that I've got as my the kind of Jedi Knight that I'm going with, because he's a droid that's not so annoying.
You've got the utility droid.
Yeah,
right?
he speaks in equations and stuff, and he's quite funny.
Yeah.
This guy looks like the actor in every porn film.
And he's got a cat lady.
Even the uniform is a little bit corny. Like he's just shown up with a package I need to sign for.
He's straight out of Star Wars XXX.
Yeah. I heard about that. I heard about Star Wars XXX. Like,
Have you watched the trailer yet?
No, but apparently, like, there's just like they've remade the film, but
Shot for
occasionally there's
shot,
sex.
but there's some
yeah?
sex. It's
Wow.
great. Watch the trailer. It's fantastic.
I will do it as soon as we finish this.
People should pause this right now.
Yeah.
Come back to it, of course, but go and watch that trailer first.
You know, actually, we've already got the view from you. You don't really need to finish watching the rest of it if you want.
Yeah, we've really got nothing from here anyway, but you know, hey.
This guy's big gap in his mustache is throwing me off. It's like that
Yeah.
gap in Michael Strahan's teeth.
It's
It's mesmerized me. I can't.
What
stare,
he's
I can't look away
basically
from it.
done, he's basically made the anti-Hitler.
maybe that was his point.
Yeah.
The reverse
Shaved Hitler
Yeah.
out of his moustache.
It's a wide enough gap that is clearly purposeful.
Yeah. Like they're trying to
It
evoke
could have been a
Hitler
childhood
without
accident, to be
overtly
fair. We
doing
could be
it.
mocking this man for an actual affliction.
Yeah,
He
this,
may not
like,
be able to grow
fictional
moustache
character
hair in the
might
middle,
try
may be
and
very
write a letter
sensitive
to
about
us.
it.
Plenty of mayhem and destruction. And the pay
He
is
may
my
just be
bonus.
French.
Interested?
Major.
We won't rule that out.
Generous pay is my favorite term.
Space French, obviously.
Is that who I think it is? Is that the only lady voice actor?
There are quite a few lady voice actors, but yes, that is Jen Hale, I believe.
Right.
Is Nolan North in this game?
Oh yeah, oh
How
yeah.
much?
I said that jokingly, but then I realized as I said it that it
The
probably...
male
Yeah.
smuggler and the male Jedi consular are both voiced
Oh,
entirely
wow.
by Nolan North. They're the only characters that have like repeated voice actors.
You know,
as
they
far as
should
I'm
they
aware.
should just had Nolan North voice everyone in this game. Men,
He's
women,
also a bunch
Wookiees,
of
whatever.
NPCs.
There's probably a
is.
good couple of robots here and there as
How
well.
many conversations can Nolan North have with Nolan North in this game?
He's becoming like Eddie. It's like Eddie Murphy in The Nutty Professor.
Yeah. I would love to see that. Why isn't that the concept of the game? Just seeing how much Nolan North can do.
Oh, I
Like-
thought you were going to say a Nutty Professor MMO.
No, that too, obviously. That one I'm putting in the folder.
File that pattern tomorrow.
Yeah. I don't own the rights to the Nutty Professor, but I will make the Nutty Professor game.
Oh, so you'll be like the Fallout.
You'll
online.
probably
That's
just
exactly
have-
it.
to
Did
get
that
the
get
ri-
fixed, actually? The Fallout interplay thing?
I
Because
have
I
no
heard
idea
the...
when- As far as I know, they're still in court.
Okay, cool.
Hey, Matt, if you just want the rights to Nutty Professor, you probably just have to pay Eddie Murphy a couple bucks. I'm sure he could use it by now.
That's a
he's,
fair point.
He's still getting work, though. That's the thing. No,
You
we,
know,
we
it's a
make
good
these
thing,
jokes
it's
about
not
Eddie
knocking.
Murphy, but he's around.
Yeah, but it's not good work.
Yeah.
Careful.
What do you think of the whole inventory system in this? This is something I don't know how it compares to other MMOs and stuff, but I mean, I found it reasonably comfortable navigating and stuff. It doesn't seem that distant to an RPG and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
RPG inventory.
Yeah, exactly.
system.
It seems quite comfortable to me coming into it from no MMO knowledge sort of thing. I haven't really struggled with anything, and you know, getting to everything's all right. And must point out, it's my first MMO. It's also one of the first games I've actually played consistently, lots of time on PC, basically. So yeah, that's a bit new to me as well. But and actually having a decent mouse for it as well.
Didn't you buy a mouse specifically for this game?
Yes, I did. Well, I needed
Despite the fact
a
that it
better
only
mouse
requires
anyway.
2
So
buttons.
when I bought a mouse, I bought it with gaming in mind, kind of thing. I thought it was a good idea, you know, as I do a
Sure.
bit of the gaming here and there.
I saw you doing a bunch of... this guy has the same idea about moustaches.
But he's got a goatee attached to it as well.
Ah,
Actually,
the
I
reverse
don't want to...
Spanish goatee Inquisition thing going on.
I'm going to throw
No
this
one
out
expects
there.
the Spanish
He's-
Inquisition in space.
He's a
Space Spanish
conquistador. He's a
Inquisition.
conquistador.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
See?
That's
Space
not a
conquistador.
goatee.
Star
I'm going to
Wars
throw this out here
conquistadors
once
in
and for all. That's not a goatee.
No,
that's a
that's-
Van Dyke.
It's a Van Dyke.
Yep, a goatee, I'm going to say this, is just the chin.
It's just yeah.
As,
Okay.
as soon as you have the moustache.
That's
people
that's
get
good
this
beard
wrong.
knowledge. That's good.
People need to know
Yeah.
about
Beard
facial hair.
education, especially
outside.
space beards.
Outside, I saw you doing a bunch of bunny hopping.
Yep.
So
I
that's
do that a
that's
lot.
how I traverse MMOs.
Yeah.
Like-
It's
and like,
pretty
I
much the only way.
I think this is probably the right time to do this story, but like when we were at Eurogamer previewing this, we were, I don't know if I've told this on any shows before, but I had a monitor that was like just in front of the line of people queuing up, so I decided that I was going to play the game completely wrong. So anywhere that I walked, I was bunny hopping, and I was getting in touch with everybody else that was playing the game by whispering. They had like them all on a friends list, and I was asking them if they knew how to do. I think I was asking them like what their favorite color was, rather than actually interacting with the game properly. And then I was getting involved in firefights and then just dancing on top of crates just so I would die. Yeah. So I was being a dick.
Entertaining the crowd.
Weren't you put up on the
playing
preview monitor as well?
Yeah, I was just in front of the crowd, so people that were waiting in line to play this game were having to watch me not really be interested in playing the game.
Idiot.
Yeah. Yeah.
In public.
Whereas I was there sat next to you, clearly wasting my time trying to play it properly.
Yeah,
in a
me
20-minute space.
Mind you, I was
didn't allow me to
clearly
do
wasting my
anything.
time trying to crunch my fingers round the
WASDs
and all that, yeah. But hey,
The WASDs.
but it's much easier when you can just press both buttons on the mouse and zoom around like that. That's much more fun.
Sure. I like how you can just literally play this whole game with a mouse without a keyboard.
Yeah, it does make
you
it
can
much more
bother.
comfortable to just run around and then just use the keyboard for bringing up your options and stuff as well. But what do you think about the number of powers available? That's something that's obviously, like, on a console game you get stuff and you can obviously modify triggers and stuff to bring up a few more menus and stuff, but I'm not used to having like 20 different options down there straight away, and obviously that gets bigger and, you know, there's more
You've
things
got
to
the
put there and
ability
stuff
to
like
add
that.
another 3 sidebars on top of the 2
Yeah,
that you already
exactly.
have.
So, but does that get like almost ridiculous? Surely there can't be, you know, 60 powers that you're using in any one battle, or is that just so that you've got certain setups for certain things and stuff like that?
And that there are people that will make good use of all of those abilities. The people who take the game incredibly seriously. It's mainly for hardcore PvP players.
Because I'm tending to find that I'm sticking to, you know, kind of a similar attack pattern for most things, and, you know, maybe going a bit more defensive against some things and a bit more aggressive against others, but generally sticking to similar sort of powers and similar sort of ways of doing things. I mean, you've seen a lot broader spectrum than me in the game. You've seen more characters and stuff like that. So,
I mean, the good thing about having so many powers is that everyone can find, you know, at least one they like, and probably, you know, 3 or 4 that they like, and they can, you know, build their own strategy around that. So,
I currently have 5 characters that I'm leveling simultaneously in this game, because despite the fact that you do a lot of common quests between them, the individual class stories are really incredible, and the classes, powers-wise, are quite diverse.
And you
Are there
spend
different
a lot
dances
of your
for different
time
classes?
dancing. I don't want to alarm you as well, distract you. It might be something. You are kind of glowing blue and have been for some time. I don't know if this is a problem that you want to see some sort of space doctor about.
That's because my
or-
friend has decided to guard me. He takes 50% of all damage given to me.
Aww.
He's lovely.
I got a question. Did you all
Buffing you
see the name of this cantina?
It's the Sunken Sarlacc, right?
Yeah, I want to go there.
Nice.
I want to be dancing there like a fool. Right
Yep.
There are an incredible number of on-the-chin Star Wars references.
What up, girl?
throughout
I
this
want to
game.
visit your Sunken Sarlacc.
You should use that.
Yeah.
Yep.
You believe that
It's
I
a line
have
that will
not.
get you far in life, I'm sure.
You probably use it at Comic-Con. It'll work.
The best thing is if the lady gets it, like if she knows what you're
Yeah.
talking about, then she's probably up
Then
for
you're
it.
on to a winner.
Up for it
Oh,
isn't
yay,
the
another
correct
conversation.
word, but sure.
Woohoo!
So, I mean, are you just looking for a quest right now, or are you...
I'm just doing a bunch of quests. This is the first actual combat that you're about to see once we get past this ugly dude.
Explain how people in Star Wars...
He's beautiful to some of his people.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. They all look like that.
People in Star
Oh,
Wars...
racist.
I think you'll find
Yeah.
it spacist, but still.
Nice. Space racism.
Space racism. Spacist.
Yeah. So, alright, people in Star Wars all
no.
speak different space languages. Please explain why they don't just speak one unified space language that they all understand.
Do that, or
Obviously,
talk
galactic
about the
basic.
exciting combat that's happening.
But, like, there are some... But they all understand the other languages anyway. But
For the
there are-
most part.
But, like, everybody understands what Wookiee language is.
Yeah.
Come on,
just-
everyone understands a Wookiee anyway.
Which, by
Yeah.
the way, is my favourite language in Star Wars.
A favourite
it's
language.
just-
Just in Star Wars? Come on, surely ever in the world of universe.
I can't listen to a Wookiee speak in this game without rolling in laughter. It's amazing. that was bad impression.
Yeah, let's not run through a spate of bad Wookiee impressions.
It was
let's
a
not
very effeminate Wookiee.
I think you'll find she was on heat, but let's not go down there. Anyway,
Wow.
But yeah, that was some exciting combat. Explain to people that don't know what was going on with the red door and the getting in there and...
Alright, so a lot of the quests in this game are, as with a lot of the better MMOs, instanced. So when you go into those green lit doors, that means that your party is the only people who can go in there. You'll be instanced into a separate existence of the game. I'm explaining this badly. You'll go into your own specific instance where only your party can affect that part of the world. And then when you come out again, it will reset for other people to go in.
Does
and
that
whatnot.
not seem oddly disjointed? Like, you're essentially playing a single-player game, but other people happen to be around?
Do you know what? It's the best thing ever.
Yeah, I was worried about it being difficult and stuff, but it's been... As someone coming into non-MMO and stuff, the fact that I've been playing a lot with Krelif and stuff, but then just
Kev.
wandering off and
We
doing
don't
my
do
own...
them names no more.
Oh, sorry.
My name's Kev.
And then just kind of, well, he was actually called Krelif in the game, so,
Oh, so we're totally fine, justified.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'll never speak up again. In fact, I'm leaving.
But then, and being able to do that social side of things has been cool. But then I've just been wandering off and doing some quests with just random people and chatting to them and stuff as well, and that's been quite good fun, and I had good experience with that. And just playing it as a single player game, it plays fine. And having other people wandering around, it does make the game seem a bit more populated. And there's sometimes where it's a bit ridiculous that you're one of 7 Jedi standing around one dude talking to him, getting a quest and stuff like that. But when you can overlook stuff like that,
that's where the instancing.
Yeah,
that's where the instancing comes in as being great. Is that you don't, inside those instances, you don't have the opportunity to have God knows how many Jedi standing around one
and it
dude.
basically
It's just
means
you
that
in
the
there. It's your
cutscenes
story.
look cleaner and nicer and more it's more. It makes it kind of more personal to you, and it works quite well. I think it makes the story kind of seem like that you're part of an active world and something's going on, but it's still your story, sort of thing.
It does. Honestly, the game for me is not instanced enough. I much prefer it where every single quest that you do is involved in an instance. Dungeons and Dragons Online does that, as did Guild Wars, and Guild Wars 2 will do. But this game doesn't quite do it enough for me, because you've still got all of these big worlds in this game where there are a lot of quests going on just in the populated areas, which means that when one person runs in and successfully hacks a terminal, for example, that terminal will be unhackable for anyone else on the same mission for as much time as it takes to respawn.
But a lot of those respawns are quick, but then in some cases I found that they're too quick. Like actually going around and doing a mission, you can not have to explore around the whole of an area to find different say you've got to find 6 things to disable or something. Instead of having to find 6 different ones, you can bounce around between 2 or 3 of them twice or 3 times even, and just kind of repeat them to finish the quest. And
yeah, I don't think that works all the time.
Yeah, no, but there are a few too many instances of that, and sometimes it's helpful and it just means you can get the quest done easier and quicker, but sometimes it seems a bit kind of quest breaking almost to do, basically.
Yeah, and instancing solves that where it's available.
But I mean, generally, as I said, coming into it from a complete new angle and being kind of an experienced RPG player, but not in an MMO kind of environment and stuff. But I have to say that I've really enjoyed it, and there were a few daunting things and stuff like that. And not being a PC gamer, what the hell is going on with queuing for servers and things? Why do you do that? But
that's standard MMO launch procedure. In fact, this game, believe it or not, has a lot of people complaining about that whole queuing thing in the initial 2 weeks. But compared to a lot of other MMO launches I've seen, that was incredibly smooth.
Yeah,
at least the servers were working.
I'm not even having a massive criticism, because it wasn't ever that massively bad for me. There was a couple of days where it was more than half an hour, which was a bit annoying, but it was never terrible. But I just didn't even know it was a thing. I didn't even know that was a factor of playing.
That's weird. I guess anybody that's complained about having to wait for 45 minutes has never ever tried to play League of Legends,
or has never owned a PS3 and tried to play a game through that. Generally, anyway, as if that doesn't need enough updates that take forever half the time.
Yeah, I guess so. But I mean, like League of Legends is like you could possibly wait for 2 hours before you got on. Like,
jeez, yeah. See, that would be annoying to me when you're playing games. I mean, the one thing I have is that I've got a 3DS, and you know, I can just whip that out and play a bit of that. Been playing a bit of Mario Kart 7 while waiting for servers and stuff like that. But yeah, as I said, I didn't even realise that was a factor. But generally, coming into it, there's a few other kind of slightly daunting things about, you know, kind of interacting and chatting with other people, and you know, like a few things that I'd rather had a bit more explanation on. But having said that, the forums and stuff that, you know, do kind of explain quite a few things, and there's a lot backed up there, and generally people are friendly, and I've been explaining, look, I'm a bit of a noob when I've been partnering up with people, and you know, as I said, it's been a good experience generally. I've had fun with the game.
And let me explain why that is. This is the first MMO I've ever played personally where the whole thing from levels 1 through 50 is soloable, should you want to play that way.
Yeah.
It feels like a single player story, and the story is so well crafted that it drives you from one point to the next, just like a single player game would do.
Yeah.
And that's why I think a lot of new players are finding their comfort zone here.
You know,
I don't like other people, so if I don't have to hang out with them, that's
you would never have to play with anyone else if you didn't want to, apart from it would mean that you might want to double back for some of the really harder quests a lot later.
You ignore the heroic quests.
Yeah,
the
heroic
quests. You ignore the flashpoints. You just stick to the sort of class quests and the basic
But
world quests.
I'm guessing you could go back to those heroic quests when you're just leveled up quite a lot more, though. Yeah.
Yeah, but you won't get necessarily
it's
the
just
XP
not really worth it.
But
I mean, if you wanted to be a completionist and just do the quests for the sort
the point is, they're not necessary.
Yeah.
They're there so that if you want to challenge,
and they are almost designed for the levels where you need to partner up with a few people to, you know, do this at your present level, sort of thing.
I mean, you can see on the right hand side of my screen there in my quest log, there's a heroic 4 quest at the bottom, which is a heroic quest that requires, or they advise you use 4 people.
Yeah. See, now that's one of the things that I was saying, like that it's not entirely well explained. Like coming into it, I wouldn't necessarily know that. I kind of guessed that information, and you can kind of, you know, read into it a little bit, but it's not immediately obvious that that's the case with that sort of thing, you know what I mean? In some instances and stuff. But yeah, I mean, once you kind of got used to a few of those little bits and bobs, and that's really been my only kind of stumbling block in terms of, you know, getting to grips with the game. And I have been fortunate in the fact that I've been playing with you, obviously, and you've been able to explain quite a lot of the ins and outs of things to me, basically.
Sure. I don't know how much use I was, but yeah.
Well, yeah.
I guess my main question then, if it's totally soloable, why is it an MMO?
Because you get to group up with your friends. The way I heard this, it was in an interview that the lead writer did with the Giant Bomb guys, was he said, I've lost my train of thought.
That was really... Yeah, that must have been a really great interview.
It was a really great interview, though. You should go watch it.
It was.
No, but I mean...
Carry on, I'll come back to it.
It's
What's up with your guns glowing here? Are they more powerful or what?
Yeah, I've got an ability clicked on over on the left-hand sidebar. There's a purple ability equipped that's like a high-velocity barrel, which basically makes my guns do a bit more damage. So it gives it armor piercing.
See, you can run like the Flash.
Yeah, no.
Do that again.
Yeah, so at level 14, every class unlocks their sprint ability, or whatever the equivalent of their sprint ability is, so that you move at plus 30% speed, which is the most welcome thing ever at that point.
But I do like the kind of a lot of the travelling around. The environments do seem quite good, and I like the taxiing between places that can look, well, apart from the odd graphics crash, can look quite graphically impressive, and moving around between environments, especially when like a speeder bike and stuff like that. I quite like that stuff. And then obviously you get your own spaceship later on, which you've got and I haven't quite got to yet.
Yeah, you get that around. Well, it's when you finish the second planet.
Yeah, I'm pretty much almost there, basically.
The amount of content in this game is incredible. You go through 2 whole planets worth of quests, and that's your prologue. And then there are an additional 3 chapters that come with the game on top of that, as far as I'm aware, which take you up to level 50.
Well, if they want to keep you subscribed, they gotta give you a whole ton of stuff to do.
Absolutely, and every class has a completely different storyline.
Yeah, I'm not so worried about running out of things to do in the game. I'm worried about the amount of time it's going to take to do all the things that I want to do.
Right,
that's my biggest concern.
Well, the thing is now you've got a lot of time to play, but what about when other games come out?
No. That's exactly what my concern is. That there's lots of things I want to do with this, and it's going to take quite a long time to do it. Because all the classes look good fun. I mean, I haven't even seen anything from the Bounty Hunter, and that's why it's been quite interesting to watch this video as well. But I've been playing as a Jedi, and to me, I had to go that way to start with, just because I need a lightsaber to be in a Star Wars game to start things off, kind of, to kick off my Star Wars kind of thing. But I really want to play some of the other classes, like the Troopers and the, what we're seeing here and stuff. And the Jedi Consular even seems a bit different. And that's before you even get into kind of, the difference is between the Sith and other sides and stuff as well.
I've found far more fun with the Sith, the dark side quest.
Yeah. I mean, obviously but that's why I started with Jedi first, because I think it would be more enjoyable to go back to that afterwards.
Is there a Tusken Raider class?
No.
No.
What in?
Weirdly, they.
What are we doing here then?
Yeah, there's some weird race choices. Not to get too space racist again,
keep
but
it to races that are as human-looking as possible, because apparently that's what people associate with Star Wars heroes. Right. In any Star Wars novel or film that's ever been made, the heroes are always the ones that look more like humans.
Okay. Except for the Wookiees and the Ewoks.
Well, they're not heroes, though. They're sort of supplementary characters, which they are in this game as well.
Are you telling me Chewbacca's not a hero?
That's the biggest space racist thing I've ever heard.
Absolutely. Yeah. And this is the lead writer that said this.
Yeah. Wow. So what about, like, Admiral Akbar?
He's a Mon Calamari, and you can't play
don't fall into that. That's a trap.
Yeah. What I would have really loved for as a race would be Sand People. But then you get a group of Sand People together, and you'd have to walk in single file to disguise your numbers.
Yeah, those are the Tuskens. But yeah.
Okay.
Ooh,
I know a lot about Star Wars.
Sure.
But weirdly, I don't like the films that much.
Wow.
It's part of the reason I love this game so much, because my favourite Star Wars setting has been the one that BioWare created with Knights of the Old Republic.
Knights of the Republic is such a brilliant game
and the amount
universe.
of references that this game makes to those first two games is mind-blowing for people who like that fiction.
At the end of this game, do you turn out to be the bad guy? That's
I have no idea. There's currently, if you play as which class is it? I think it's if you play as the Sith Warrior. I've been through so many of these stories now, I can't remember which one's which necessarily. But as you play through, and I think it's the Sith Warrior, you go through the Revanite camp.
Wow.
Nice.
And these guys worship Revan because he managed to find a balance between light side and dark side, because he went through both. And they have a conspiracy theory stating that the Emperor is supposed to be immortal, and they believe that it's Revan, and that the Dark Council of the Sith have locked him away.
Wow.
Well, I mean, at BioWare, there's got to be a huge amount of Star Wars nerds. So I mean,
absolutely.
They've got to be just pulling everywhere.
And let's not forget, like, I don't know about the story side of things, but a lot of the developers on this game came from Star Wars Galaxies as well. Right, the original Star Wars Galaxies development team.
Well, it stands to reason, might as well get some people and hopefully learn from a few of the mistakes they made. And obviously a couple of things they might have got right. But did you play Galaxies as well then?
Yeah, I played that for about 3 years.
So how does this compare to that directly?
I mean, it's far better. In terms of game.
Okay.
The one thing Galaxy's always got right that I've still never seen to date in another MMO is they did player cities. So because their planets were so expansive and there was literally nothing in between city to city, players could buy property, place it anywhere in these open spaces, you get granted zoning rights, and then as more players came towards that zone, you could each collaborate into a township, and you could build your own cities and design the maps of the cities however you wanted. You could.
That's some Second Life stuff.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, Second Life probably is the.
Could you get people to visit your farm as well?
You didn't get farms.
You didn't get a space farm.
Did you go down to the Taji station?
A moisture farm,
power converters at any point.
Get people to come visit your moisture farm and sort it out for you.
Yeah, I mean, you could build like moisture farms and stuff, but they were just for the crafting side of things. The crafting system in that game was also incredible. This is the crafting system in this game, actually, that it just came up in the window there. It's not complicated, but it's nice that it's there. You can always, if you put the time into crafting in this game, you will always be able to craft slightly better items than you will have from doing quests.
I still haven't got to grips with exactly which kind of, because there's crafting and then there's other stuff that kind of interlocks with the crafting thing that you're doing as well, isn't it? But yeah, that seems a bit. I haven't really kind of delved into that too deeply. I just learned some stuff and got on with it, basically.
Well, this is the end of the video now, guys. Anyway.
Oh well.
So
That's
that was
pretty
Star
cool.
Wars: The Old Republic,
Nice.
or at least some of it. There's a lot more that we didn't talk about.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we ran